Welcome to an insider's strategic guide to the Prado Museum. Today, we'll navigate the magnificent collection of kings housed within Madrid's Cathedral of Art. This is your user manual for exploring the Villanueva building, designed to help you make the most of your visit. It's important to understand that the Prado began not as a public museum, but as a royal hoard. The Habsburg Foundation laid its groundwork, with figures like Charles V and Philip II favoring emotion, color, and artists like Titian over strict academic rules. Later, Philip IV, a great patron of Velázquez, secured many Italian masters during a period of imperial decline. The Villanueva building itself, commissioned by Charles III in 1785, was originally intended as a natural history cabinet. This history is key. The collection reflects the personal taste of these monarchs, often favoring the sensual and emotional works of artists like Rubens and Titian, rather than purely intellectual pieces. Madrid boasts what's known as the Golden Triangle of Art, with all three museums just a 15-minute walk apart. First, the Museo del Prado, home to the old masters from the 12th to the 19th centuries, featuring Velázquez, Goya, and Bosch. Then, the Thyssen-Bornemisza, which acts as a gap filler, showcasing 8 centuries of private collection, including Impressionism and the German Renaissance. Finally, the Reina Sofia offers a modern continuation, focusing on the 20th and 21st centuries, where you'll find Picasso's iconic Guernica. A pro tip: consider purchasing the Paseo del Arte Pass for €32, which can save you approximately 20% on entry to all three. To ensure an enjoyable visit for everyone, there are a few essential rules of engagement. First, no photography is strictly enforced in the galleries. That means no selfies with the masterpieces. Photos are generally only allowed in Geronimo's Hall and the cloister. Regarding bags, the maximum size allowed is 40 by 40 centimeters. Larger items must be checked into the cloakroom, which has limited capacity. Please note, no food or drink is permitted in the galleries. The Café Prado is the only designated eating zone. Lastly, for a smooth experience, we highly recommend booking your tickets online to skip the lines. Walk-up access can be high risk during peak season. Navigating the Prado can feel like decoding a labyrinth, so let's break it down. You'll primarily be exploring the Villanueva building, with the Geronimo's building connecting. We recommend entering through the Geronimo's entrance for the easiest orientation. Once inside, Level 0, or the ground floor, showcases the roots of the collection, with works by Bosch, Raphael, and early Spanish masters. Level 1, the first floor, is dedicated to the Golden Age, featuring masterpieces by Velázquez, Titian, and Rubens. Finally, Level 2, the second floor, houses 19th century art, including a significant collection by Goya. A word of caution: the room numbering is non-sequential. For example, Room 1 connects to Room 42. It's best to trust the museum map, not just the numbers, to guide your way. Let's explore the Spanish trinity that defines so much of the Prado's collection. First, Velázquez, the court observer and master of the Golden Age. He's renowned for his psychological depth and loose brushwork, with many of his works located on Floor 1, Rooms 10 through 29. Next, Goya, the revolutionary chronicler of Spain, whose art evolved from Rococo tapestries to profoundly dark and mad visions. You'll find his works across both Floor 1 and Floor 0. Finally, El Greco, the mystical stylist, known for his elongated figures and intense spiritual expression. His pieces are primarily on Floor 1, in Room 8B. Now, let's delve into the anatomy of a masterpiece: Velázquez's Las Meninas. This painting, found on Floor 1, Room 12, is a work of incredible complexity and genius. Notice the mirror in the background, reflecting King Philip IV and Queen Mariana, ingeniously placing you, the viewer, in their position. Velázquez also includes a self-portrait, painting himself at his easel, a bold assertion of his status within the court. The Cross of Santiago, a prestigious knightly order, was reputedly added to his chest by the king himself after Velázquez's death. And at the heart of it all, bathed in light, is the Infanta Margarita, the central subject. Next, let's turn our attention to Hieronymus Bosch's surreal moralist vision, the Garden of Earthly Delights, located on the ground floor, Room 56A. This triptych unfolds a powerful narrative. On the left panel, we see paradise and creation. The large central panel depicts the Garden of Sin, often referred to as a false paradise, with its fantastical and sensual imagery. And finally, the right panel portrays a chilling vision of hell and damnation. This piece is Bosch's moral warning, disguised as surrealism, and it was so compelling that Philip II himself acquired it, obsessively fascinated by its bizarre imagery. Goya, an artist of immense range, truly presents two distinct faces in his work. On one hand, we have the heroic and tragic Goya, evident in realistic, emotional works that often portray political resistance against Napoleon. You can find these powerful pieces in room 64 on floor 1. On the other hand, there are the black paintings, dark, private nightmares that he painted directly onto the walls of his farmhouse. These intensely personal and disturbing works are displayed in room 67 on floor 0. Together, they trace his dramatic evolution from a celebrated court painter to an artist plumbing the depths of madness. The Spanish kings had an international obsession, collecting essentially what they liked, and they particularly obsessed over Italian and Flemish masters. Titian, the Venetian master, was Charles V's favorite artist, and his influence is palpable throughout the collection. Rubens, the Flemish diplomat painter, is celebrated for his vibrant energy and sensuality. And Raphael, the Italian master, represented the academic ideal admired by many kings. This highlights the royal preference for non-Spanish European masters, reflecting the global tastes and ambitions of the Spanish court. To optimize your time and experience, here are 2 tactical itineraries. Option A, the 2-hour sprint, is designed for those who want to hit the greatest hits. Start by entering through Geronimo's, head directly to room 12 for Las Meninas, then to room 64 for Goya's 3rd of May, followed by room 56A for Bosch's Garden of Earthly Delights, and then exit. For a deeper, more comprehensive experience, option B is the 4-hour immersion, taking a chronological approach. Begin on floor 0 with Flemish and Raphael, then move to floor 1 for El Greco and Velázquez, followed by Rubens on floor 1, then back to floor 0 for the black paintings, and finally up to floor 2 for 19th century works. These curated paths help you get the most out of your visit. To aid your navigation, the museum offers several tools. The paper map is absolutely essential for big picture orientation and, crucially, saving your phone's battery. Be sure to pick one up at the entrance. Additionally, the museum app and audio guide are excellent for deep dives and curator notes, but remember to download them before you arrive. Our recommendation is a hybrid strategy. Use the paper map to walk through the museum and orient yourself, and then use the digital tools to learn and explore the details of the art. To survive the crowds and potential fatigue, strategic timing and frequent rests are essential. The best times to visit are generally at 10 a.m. in the morning or 6 p.m. in the late afternoon. The worst times, which you should actively avoid, are the free hours during the last 2 hours of the day. Lines are massive, and the galleries become incredibly packed. Don't forget to refuel at Café Prado. It's a good practice to take a break every 90 minutes or so to reset your art brain and prevent sensory overload. The museum is also fully wheelchair accessible via the Geronimo's entrance. Beyond the canvases, the Prado is continually evolving. In the future, look forward to the Hall of Realms, a Norman Foster renovation project designed to expand the campus. For a perfect palate cleanser after your visit, the decompression zone of El Retiro Park is located just behind the museum. This beautiful park offers a peaceful escape. All of this is set within a broader context: the landscape of light, the UNESCO World Heritage Site that surrounds the museum, creating a rich cultural environment. In essence, a visit to the Prado is a journey through the very soul of Spain, reflecting its history from imperial glory to profound introspection. As you prepare for your visit, remember these 4 key tips. 1. Download the map. 2. Book your tickets online. 3. Silence your phone. And finally, 4. Look closer, there's always more to discover.